The creation of the world. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. At first, there was nothing, neither earth nor sky, nor light nor sound, nor any living thing. All was darkness and silence. And then the Spirit of God came into the emptiness to give it form and bring it life. God said, "Let there be light." And the first dawn of time brought light into the world. God looked upon his work and found it good, and divided the light from the darkness. "Let the light be called day," he said, "and the darkness be called night." So ended the first of all the days of the earth. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a sky as a roof over the world, and let it be called heaven." And it was so. God made the sky and the rain clouds and placed them high above the waters of the deep. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. Mountains and plains and valleys rose out of the waters, so that now there were great stretches of dry land divided by vast expanses of deep water. God called the land earth, and the waters he called seas. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth herbs and grass and flowers and trees, and yielding seed of its own kind, so that the earth will never cease to yield." And it was so. Soft grass carpeted the land. Plants sprang up and bore flowers and seeds. Trees grew and yielded fruit, each according to its own kind. And the seeds of the new growth spread across the earth. On the fourth day, God said, "Let there be light in the heavens to mark the seasons and the days and the years, and to give light upon the earth." And it was so. God made the sun and the moon and the stars, and they shone down upon the earth. Of the greatest lights he made the sun to rule over the day, and the moon to rule over the night. So cool. On the fifth day, God said, "Let the waters bring forth living creatures, and may birds fly above the earth in the heavens." And it was so. God created whales and tiny fishes and all the living things of the sea, and great hawks and tiny sparrows and the birds of the air. Now there was life in the waters and the heavens, and the silence was gone from the world. By the end of the fifth day, there was bird song on the land. On the sixth day, God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures, cattle and creeping things, and beasts that walk on legs." And it was so. God made the cattle and the creeping things and all the beasts that live on the land, and yet there were no being of the likeness of God. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle and beasts, and over every creeping thing, and over all the earth." And so it was that God created man in his own image. From the dust of the earth he shaped man's form, and into man's nostrils he breathed the air of life. And man became a living soul. God called him Adam, and gave to him every herb and fruit, that was upon the earth, every loving flower and shady tree, and every bird in the air, and everything that walked and crept upon the land. Now it was for Adam to enjoy the fruits of the earth and rule over all its creatures. He looked upon all the birds and beasts and gave names to all of them. But among them there was not another like himself to be his true companion. And then God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make a helpmeet for him." God caused Adam to fall into a deep sleep. While the man slept, God took a rib from Adam's body and closed up the flesh in its place. And from Adam's rib, the Lord God made a woman. Now the first man had a wife. Adam named her Eve and loved her deeply. They began their life together in a garden paradise the Lord had planted for them in the loveliest part of the newborn world. It was a land of rivers and precious stones, of flowering trees and abundant fruit, and its name was Eden. God saw everything that he had made, and it was good. The heavens and the earth were finished, and living creatures in his likeness walked upon the earth according to his plan. So ended the 6th day. On the 7th day, God rested from his work. And this ends the reading for this week. And tune in each Sunday. We will be reading from this book here.